Good morning, myself Ashwin Nishandar. Welcome back my channel Siddhanath Nishandar. We started new topic gas turbine and jet propulsion. In previous videos, we go through the constant pressure gas turbine for open cycle and closed cycle gas turbine. Today we discuss the very important cycle, that is the constant volume cycle gas turbine. Before going to this cycle, we must go through the previous videos. Okay, let's start with the constant volume cycle gas turbine. Okay, before going to that constant volume gas turbine, we must know the some fundamentals. I first revise and then we go to the further slides. Okay, we know that the steam power plant and this is the gas power cycle. Okay, in steam power plant, what happened there? Fundamental component is the boiler. Okay, where we generate the steam, and that generated steam we pass through the steam turbine where we produce mechanical work, and from that mechanical work we produce electricity, and that exhaust steam is again condensed, okay, and again is fed to the boiler via feed water. This is the fundamental boiler cycle which works on principle of Rankine cycle. Now just may I focus only three main components. There is a boiler, turbine and condenser. Okay, in gas power cycle how it works, there is a compressed air. Okay, the fresh air enter in the axial flow compressor or maybe centrifugal compressor, it compress it, that compressed air enter in the CC where fuel is injected, and the product of combustion then is going to expand in the turbine, and that produce again mechanical power, and that mechanical power is again utilized to generate electricity. Okay, here is the mode of working substance is different here. Mode of working substance or the working substance is water. Okay, and here's the working substance is air. Now in constant volume gas turbine we going to combine the both cycles. Okay, it's quite interesting if you combine the steam power plant and the gas power plant. Okay, before that you understood actual steam power plant how it separately works and the gas power plant how it works. Okay, now further going to the constant volume cycle, we must know this how is look after combination. Okay, first we see there were first line row here in gas turbine. Okay, the maybe fuel is used for the combustion chamber and the compressor and the fuel used for the combustion chamber. With gas turbine, it rotates mechanical power and it utilizes generate electricity. Okay, when combination, what we done, the exhaust from the gas turbine, see here in the block diagram, the exhaust from the gas turbine is utilized to heat. That heat is supplied to the boiler or the heat is supplied to the furnace of the boiler. Okay, where we generate steam with the help of water, and that generating steam again expand in a turbine. Okay, how it looks, we see this animation. Here we combine both the gas turbine and the steam turbine. See here from it is a gas turbine where we generate electricity, and the exhaust from that gas turbine is supplied to the boiler of the steam power plant where heat the water. Okay, and via stack is released to the atmosphere, and that steam is utilized to generate again electricity. Okay, how it looks if we see in this animation, the exhaust from the turbine, okay, is flows over the tubes, water tubes. Okay, and the generating steam is again supplied to the turbine. If you understood this combination, then we easily understood the constant volume cycle gas turbine. Well, let's start with the now constant volume cycle gas turbine. Why it is called as a constant volume cycle gas turbine? Because the addition of heat is takes place at constant volume. Okay, the previous constant pressure gas cycle turbine, there is addition of heat or the fuel injected in the CC at constant pressure. So that cycle we called as a constant pressure cycle gas turbine. But in case of constant volume gas turbine, what happened? Now the addition of heat is takes place, or the combustion of fuel takes place in an enclosed volume or the constant volume. So it is called as a constant volume cycle gas turbine. The previous two cycles, the constant pressure cycle gas turbine is work on a principle of, I told that it works on principle of Breton or Joule cycle, where addition of heat and the rejection of heat takes place at constant pressure. But in case of addition of heat is carried out at constant volume, okay, there is addition of heat is carried out at constant volume, and the rejection of heat heat is carried out at constant pressure. We know that that cycle is called as the Atkinson cycle. The QA, the addition of it is at constant volume and the rejection takes place at constant pressure. So the constant volume gas turbine works on principle of Atkinson cycle. The derivation of Atkinson cycle will be previously done in the gas power cycles, is very important. They ask in exam the which power plant to work on principle of Atkinson cycle, explain in detail. Okay, or directly they ask explain constant volume cycle gas turbine. Okay, let's start with the constant volume cycle gas turbine. Okay, before starting the cycle, there in this diagram if you see the different path. First I start with the water path. See here the sump, S stands for water sump. Okay, the water is pumped via this water pump, and that water is supplied. If you see, I have highlighted this water path initially, is very important. Then it makes less confusion, this diagram. Okay, see the where is the water path going on. I highlight this path. Okay, and that finally goes to the boiler. This is a water path. See here, there is also this water path surrounding this chamber. There is a one chamber. If you see here, the surrounding this chamber is also coated with the annulus space where the water is flowing. Okay, again that water path is around the nozzle. We explain further. You just only focus now on the water path. Where is the water flowing? From the sump. It starts from the sump, is pressurized via water pump, and then forced through the combustion chamber annular space or surrounding space. Also it flows over the nozzle annular space, and finally goes to the boiler. Okay, this is the water path. Okay, now starts with the cycle. There is the compressor. S is the, we see C is for the compressor. T for is very important, where the T is a steam turbine. Okay, and is the GT is the gas turbine. Now the atmospheric air flows over this compressor, maybe axial flow or centrifugal compressor. Okay, that compressor air. Okay, now I change. Okay, now the atmospheric air is compressor air around 4 to 5 bar. That compressor air then supplied to this CC. Okay, I draw by the red line here. Air path. The atmospheric air suck, it compress up to 4 to 5 bar, and that compressed air is flows over this CC via wall 1 and wall 2. The air enters the 4 to 5 bar, air enters by opening this wall because of the high pressure of the 4 to 5 bar. Okay, and this starts to fill the chamber. The wall 1 and wall 2 is the air, allows the air to allow the fill the combustion chamber. Okay, if fill this combustion chamber, because of that increasing pressure, this wall going to now close. Now in that case, wall 1, wall 2 is closed, and already wall V3 is closed. Now we see fuel path. It is the fuel tank. From that fuel tank, fuel is pressurized via burner, and the fuel is injected in this chamber. Now what happened? That compressed air and the fuel is now mix each other, and with the help of some ignition system like a spark plug, with combustion of the fuel going to takes place in the CC. Now what happened? The pressure in that CC now going to the 10 to 12 bar. 10 to 12 bar, the pressure is going to increase. The sudden increase in pressure up to 12 bar, that high pressure, high temperature, the combustible gas is flows via valve V3 is open because of the high pressure and flows via nozzle to the gas turbine. Okay, where that combustible products with high pressure, high kinetic energy strike on that gas turbine and we generate electricity. Okay, now the exhaust from the gas turbine, that is the combustible products, okay, we supply to the boiler to heat the water. Okay, so the water is heated with the help of the exhaust from the gas turbine. Again, I arrange such a way that water circulates such a way that the water is also surrounding. We know that surrounding this combustion chamber, when the combustion takes place in this CC, some amount of heat is absorbed by the surrounding water. Okay, that combustible products again flows over the nozzle, and also that we water is surrounding also over the nozzle. Some water heat absorbed from the nozzle, some heat absorbed from the combustion chamber, and remaining heat absorbed from that exhaust of the gas turbine, and where we generating steam, and that generating steam will again supply to the steam turbine. Okay, and we generate electricity. So it is a combination of gas turbine and the combination of steam power plant and gas power plant, and the developed electricity or developed mechanical power some utilized to run the compressor and remaining utilized for to generate electricity. It is a very important cycle. We combine, we again go through this video step by step, slowly. We easily understood how it works. Okay, what are the advantages if we combine in this cycle? If we see, the efficiency is more than 80%. If we generally use single power plant, the efficiency is around 40 to 45%, but if you're going to that combined cycle, the efficiency is up to 80%. So the advantage of gas power plant: the storage of fuel require less area, the cost and maintenance is less, the simple in construction, cheaper fuels such as kerosene, paraffin, benzene, powdered coal can be utilized. The gas turbine plants can be used in water scarcity areas, less pollution and less water is required. Okay, as compared to steam power plant, we need the huge amount of water, so we don't prefer such areas where the water is the deficiency. We go through the gas power plant. There are the advantages. Any fuel can be utilized. Some disadvantages: see here, the around 66% of the power developed is used to drive the compressor. The running speed of gas turbine is in the range of 40,000 to 1 lakh RPM. So we need some the gear reducing mechanisms to that reducing the speed the system. Okay, and the operating temperature is around 1100 to the 1260. So there is some temperature limits, material considerations, high frequency noise. Okay, these are the some disadvantages also. Okay, thank you. Please subscribe my channel Siddhanath Nishanda. Thank you.